Bear down. Bear down.
It's a bear down.
Who you finna call? Bearsbanter. First things first, what's the team in question? Her Soldier Field got a couple lethal weapons. Bear down, first down, couple key possessions. Come to the post game, watch them teach some lessons. Say, what? I don't think them people are convinced. I say call them, but they tell you how to read a blitz. They in cover 2, tell me why they switch to cover 6. Every Friday at 7:30, no I cannot miss. Like, hey yo, yeah we live for the post game show.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. We've been doing this thing for 6 years. This is the most monumental Bears win that we've experienced since we've done this show. Our beloved Bears went 22-16, as my man Dr. Quick would say, trust the process. What up, y'all?
Bear down. Bears win. Bears win.
Taking the W.
Man, that is a great win. Hey, hey, look, the funny part right now is that some pastor across Chicago is probably saying it's good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good gets better and your better gets best. Have I read about it? Man.
Hallelujah. The congregation says, "Ow."
What an exciting game, man.
We played against our arch rivals, the Green Bay Packers, and that was a rough and tumble game. That was not easy. It wasn't the game that we thought it would be until the fourth quarter, but the Bears came out. The Bears are built for this year, so they built for enduring the game and coming out with the final objective that we're looking for. And I'm glad that they play in playoff football from the beginning of the year. So let's keep this rolling.
Well, I agree, man. I mean, that was a exciting game.
What the heck?
It's the big fat black man with the glasses playing the organ in church. Little glory.
All right.
It was good to see the Bears put us off against the Packers.
Yes, sir.
I mean, because they've owned us, and we've had no excuses other than they just been a better organization than us, and they've had the quarterback, and we haven't had the quarterback, and they've seemed to be able to pick the right coaches, et cetera, right? Those were the things. Unfortunately, Packers fans are making up excuses now.
Yeah.
They're making up excuses. The Bears kick y'all butt. They kick y'all butt.
I got the excuse. I got the one. Oh, boy, quick.
So, hey, some of them are talking about, man, y'all hit our quarterback. Hey, that's part of the game. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
And so we were out to our receivers. So, hey, I don't want to hear it, but shout out to Caleb Williams, man. Like, they nicknamed this dude the Iceman because, as he said, long as there's time on the clock, we feel like we still in the game. And these guys, I've said it the past couple of weeks, they all play together. It's not just one person that you can single out every time. It's accumulation of all of them playing together, playing for each other. That comes from the coaching staff. And Zade, who thought Zade was gonna catch a pity? Man, who thought he was gonna catch the pill for 6? I told y'all yesterday it was gonna come down to Santos in the group chat.
Yeah, Santos, okay, I'm gonna give you one of them, Santos, because we've been on your backside, man.
He needs to get a reprieve. He got 4 field goals in one game. Come on, man.
But you know what? So for any of these Packers fans out here talking about it's a fluke and all that stuff, isn't your team number 1 in the red zone at 50.4% completion rate? And y'all went 5 times and y'all got 0 points.
Not anymore. They're not.
That means, hey, that's a fluke D's. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me run this video right quick. The game-winning touchdown.
DJ Moore on the full field post. Off play action. Nixon, an absolutely 10 out of 10 A+ throw for Caleb Williams. He knew it when he let it go. That ball's in the air a long time. He's thinking, go get it, DJ. Go track it down, big guy. The throw of Caleb Williams' life. The catch of DJ Moore's life. What a scene. One of the most improbable wins in regular season history. A walk-off for the Bears, and Tom Rinaldi.
Man. Y'all saw the good, better, best, right?
Yeah. Hey,
let's listen to this.
Let's listen to this.
For the game, man, I got to start with that last throw. What is going through your mind when that ball is kind of at the top of its arc and you're seeing DJ running free on the corner?
Yeah, it's something we practice all week. It's something we hit in practice. And it's something like you just said. This past week or whatever it was, I saw it as, you go out there and you practice these things, and you practice with a certain competitiveness to you, and a certain tenaciousness at practice, and you come out and you let that ball go, it's good.
Yeah, what was going through your mind when you saw the onside kick? You guys had a great drive to get down there to make it a 7-point game.
Yep.
Tell me about that onside kick and your view of it.
Yeah, I saw, Cairo and the special teams, they practice it every single day right after practice. And so my expectation was for us to go get it. We did. And from there, it was just too much time on the clock.
Under the lights, all the bright lights are shining. You came alive. What's that tell me about you and your team?
Yeah, I've said it multiple times. We're going to fight. We're going to fight until the clock says 0. And from
Man,
So the clock said
Yeah.
0.
Did y'all see y'all saw the good, better, best at the end?
Yes.
The reaction that they had to the coach at the end, man, Coach Johnson, just like Quick said, man, look, these dudes playing for each other. And y'all know how it gets, man. If it's for some reason or another with Caleb, y'all can say what y'all want, but it's something about having not that much time on the clock. Y'all call him Iceman. I call him Symbiote 18 because this dude turns into a robot. It's like a video game, man. You can't script that any better than that. And we're better for it.
Hey, I tell you what, I liked Tom Brady's analysis during the entire game. He seemed to be a way more fair than a lot of the other people that have been out there. You actually read that Troy Aikman and his partner are mad at Caleb Williams for what happened on Monday night. And I'm like, dude, that was 8 weeks ago. Grow up, Troy Aikman. You ain't made a Super Bowl in the longest. You need to get another hobby. But back to Tom Brady, he was pointing out some very good things that Caleb Williams was doing. And it was coming from a credible quarterback. He's like, no, he's not missing that pass. This is what's actually happening.
Yep.
At the end of the game, Tom Brady called that stuff out real time. So I think it helps the overall image of who Caleb is to have somebody like Tom Brady, co-sign what he's actually seeing in the game.
What we're seeing in this game, and we've seen all season, the Bears are giving birth to a superstar, and that's Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Caleb Williams is that dude. And you may not, there's some people who love it like us, and there's some people who have issues with it. But Caleb Williams is that dude. What you saw in that interview is almost like the passing of the torch. You got the GOAT telling maybe, I ain't going far yet, but he's telling this other guy. He's showing you this is just the dude. We know Mahomes going to probably miss almost all next season. He has an injury that's going to have him miss. He probably won't be back until November or December.
If
that, right? With the kind of injury he had. We, Chicago, we haven't had this. We haven't had a quarterback that could rally us probably since McMahon in the game. We've had
McMahon wasn't that good. McMahon was not that good.
He wasn't that good, but he could rally you.
Rally
you because of the defense kept you in the game, and maybe you only needed one touchdown or something. He could do that. This guy, think about this. You were down 10 points with 1:56 left with 2 timeouts. That's a loss. That's a loss. In most things, that's a loss. That's all I want to say. That's a loss.
Well,
Green Bay
seeing the interview after the game, you look at Caleb Williams. He's very mature in his outlook at the game. He's not, I thought we was gonna win or whatever. He's like, no, we did these plays in practice. We set up these scenarios. So in our minds, we already saw that we had a path to victory. And for a 24-year-old player coming out there in the NFL and having that perspective, man, that makes a difference, especially, him being a quarterback and a leader. So,
But that's
you
what
know,
happens too.
the sad part about the whole thing is there's somebody sitting on the couch in their underwear eating Cheerios right now, talking about Fields should still be here. That's the sad part. And I hope you got goat pee in your cereal right now. I mean, what he's got six come from behind victories this year, fourth quarter or later. What else does he have to prove, right? And let's get back to it. This is the first year with Ben Johnson. The sad part about this whole thing is that we have succeeded expectations in the first year, right? And so now, I mean, we have a playoff contending team, right? Nobody, I ain't gonna sit here and say, and I thought we was gonna be number 1 or number 2 in the NFC overall. Nah, I'll be lying. I thought we were gonna get better and progress, and maybe a year or two from now, be where we are right now. And we've sustained some massive injuries, and that's what I'll be talking about when I say these guys are all playing for each other. You got DJ coming in getting 15 tackles. Gardner Johnson, although his coverage skills are suspect at times, coming in and get. But what about Nashawn Wright? You know what I'm saying? This guy, another forced fumble recovery. Another forced fumble, just creating plays. And some of these guys are other teams' throwaways. And we talk about Pose and some of his bad pickups, but we got to give him props for the ones that he got that came in and just that offensive line. It's just, I can go on and on, but you got to look at this and be like, okay, we have something. And we may not win the Super Bowl this year, but damn it, we may be in contention next year. Man.
I think we're looking at, we're exceeding everybody's expectations except Ben Johnson. Because if you remember his first interview after being elected, first thing he said was, I'm telling the team now, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yep.
And get ready to win now. He didn't say, okay, we trying to get good so next year we can compete. He's like, no, we want to win and be competitive now. So this is exactly what he's doing. Nobody would have. I never picked the Bears to get 11 wins in this season. And I'm optimistic in my mind, but oh my goodness, I'm taking that. And Matt LaFleur, that look on his face, priceless.
Hey, look, we ain't start winning until they sat Braxton Jones down, just so you know.
I ain't heard of Braxton Jones no more. He done had a 2-year, 4-week injury, ain't he?
Dude, he gone.
He's gone. What you got, guy?
I'm just sitting up here just basking in the spotlight, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bears are what it looks like when the vets in the locker room have control of the locker room and the youngest respect them. And you got a coach that's backing up the vets. Everybody's on the same page. If you saw when DJ Moore got that game ball, the reaction to all the guys around him, I think about that, and then I go back to thinking about what Plank said in Ben Johnson's first interview, in terms of being comfortable with being uncomfortable. They kind of flashed over to DJ, and DJ had a sly little smile on his face. All of this is a culmination, man. But what people keep forgetting is the fact that we definitely have exceeded expectations, but by the same token, everybody in that locker room, all the way down to the people in the concession stands, we down by a touchdown with a minute to go. No problem. Let's get it. Nobody's mad. Everybody's on the same page. And it just seems like collectively, man, they just all kind of, their skill level and execution level just goes up a couple notches.
Yeah.
Loving it, man.
Great point, guy. Football is all about execution and momentum. And the Bears, what you can see early on this season is Bears have momentum and confidence when they get in that situation. This is why, if you look at Ben Johnson, his ability to keep those guys calm. And now we may be upset about blowing that game to the Vikings and the blowout earlier to Detroit, but I think this is the foundation of how he was able to take this team and build them up, because sometimes it's just those two licks in the mouth that may make you say, man, this is that guy actually can fight, right? Y'all know, Plank, you'll fight, it's that first hit in the mouth where you say, man, okay, this is serious. So I think that was the wake-up call for the Chicago Bears, that even though they started out 0-2 and a bunch of people were spreading out and, oh, man, here we go, same old Bears, same SOBs. It turned out to be not the same SOBs. And once we got in this game last night, one of the things you saw was Green Bay were worried about the Bears passing game. As much as we think teams are not, you're worried about the passing game when you constantly are blitzing the quarterback. If you don't think the quarterback is any good, you're not going to blitz him. You're just going to wait for him to turn it over. You're just going to, he's going to throw you a pick. You're blitzing and blitzing and blitzing because you want him to be uncomfortable. And the word out on Caleb is they're looking at all these videos too. And I remember when Caleb was in that preseason game last year, we was all on this show like, man, we got to deal with this mofo too. That's exactly what teams around the league and these players are saying. Man, it's another mofo in the league, man, that we got to worry about, that's doing these no-look passes, 1-foot throws, laser beam. Man, come on, man. This is ridiculous. And he in Chicago. But you got quick.
I wanted to mention, things about like the evolution of DJ Moore. If you go back in Chicago about 4 weeks, everybody was talking about DJ Moore is shot. He didn't lost the step. He can't get separation, all of those things. And I'm not saying those things weren't true at the time. But, let's go back to 2 weeks ago when we played Green Bay the first time. The guy Nixon, number 25, he ended up being DJ Moore's, the guy that was guarding DJ Moore, and he dropped off DJ Moore because he was no longer a threat and intercepted the pass, and we lost that game. Fast forward to yesterday, we ended up having the same scenario. All that Caleb Williams kept talking about is, hey, we ran this play in practice. We got ready for this. So they knew that Nixon was going to be the guy that tried to guard DJ Moore, and Caleb put enough air on it to allow him to run up under it. Even more than that, think about all of the things that DJ Moore went through yesterday. At the beginning of the game, he took a late hit that was a dirty play. He wasn't even in the play.
Was.
Somebody, and the guy hit him in the back. That's one of the most gutless things you can do. But he was able to overcome that. And the best thing I liked about DJ Moore yesterday, after he got the game ball in the locker room, he had the cheese grater on his head.
Oh, man, that was priceless. I also been doing it. I love it.
We got to find that picture.
We got that DJ Moore get back, though, twice.
Yeah.
My boy Austin Booker, that's that dude, man. I know the first thing that they said, he had two of these unsportsmanlike conducts. You stop playing when the whistle blows or if the quarterback lets the ball go. He was too close. He had so many people, the proximity of the second one. It's a football play. But I guarantee you one thing, though. I bet you if Jordan Love see a Chicago Bears jersey come up the middle now, I bet you won't stand up in the pocket no more.
He got knocked out the game last year.
He sure did. Yeah, we did.
Was Jordan, was Austin Booker around last year too?
No.
Did he get him last time too?
Hey, we beat the Packers twice this year already, right? We beat them twice in 2025. Caleb's got 2 wins over the Packers. And so one of the things that I was saying before is that this team not scared of the Packers because it's a lot of them that haven't been here. They brought in guys who've actually beat the Packers in previous teams and years. And so they like, what's all this Packers mystique? They ain't beat me. I used to whoop their butt. Let's go. You look at, we got a couple guys from Philly. Packers wasn't beating Philly. We got guys from the Chiefs. Packers wasn't beating the Chiefs. The guys from the Lions. Packers wasn't beating the Lions. So that mystique of the Packers over the Bears, man, that may be out the window now because we got so many different guys who haven't been here and gone through that. Caleb don't give a damn about the history of the Packers beating the Bears.
Right.
That's the thing we got.
Hey, in that interview, he said he basically told them, "Y'all left too much time."
He sure did say that. He said you left too much time.
Left too much time. Respect my gangster. Y'all left too much time.
You know what?
Quick, when you were talking, quick, it reminds me of when a person is being bullied and somebody else found out about, and they said that guy bullying you. Yeah. That's kind of like the thing that they brought in. They're like, you scared of the Packers?
Right.
I mean, like, why? Oh, let's go and take care of this guy. Let us show him he's not all that he thinks he is. And we've done that. It's funny because I think at the beginning of the season, I said that they would probably win 9 games. And
I did too.
I think Jay had even made a comment that whoever would win the division probably wouldn't even win, but maybe 10 games, where we already at 11. So even that is out the window. They're showing that traditionally we had a way that we viewed the Bears team that we're gonna have to throw those out. That's gone. That's what happens when you got different coaching. And I would say what probably the best thing the Bears have did is George McCaskey and them changed the way they hired their coaches this time. They're not telling him he can't curse. He got to be this perfect saint, right? Which is sometimes deter guys, right? Because they can't really coach the way they want to. And he's kind of invisible in those locker rooms when you look at it. You know, not that he was a melon owner or anything, but he's letting the coach be a coach. Because there was always this thing about Bears coaches. They had to have this certain personality. Ben is the guy that tells the other coaches shut the F up on the thing, like, but he's not doing it, and it's just the way he just coaches, and I think they all understand. And I think what we see with the Bears is you see the Bears put together a winning formula that works for them, and that winning formula evolves every game. And so we come down to this game. That's why I'm not as concerned about what if in a playoff, because most games are lost in those moments in the latter half of game. In any sports, it's those last 2 to 3 minutes in the game that a team will lose a game, because why? Those are the moments where people choke at. And I think we had mentioned offline, I think this is what we mentioned that when Guy had mentioned about the onside, and I was saying, not the fumble. I said, if you go back, Washington had the same fumble.
Yep.
They had the same fumble.
Mm-hmm.
And if you bring that fast forward, it's almost like a full moment circle where you got players are doing what other players doing. Why? Because every player in basketball knew in the 1990s, if Michael Jordan started getting hot and was about to jack up that last shot, you might as well just call it a night. Caleb threw the ball, put his hands in his pocket like
he did.
Right.
Hey,
You gotta forget about this part.
Let me get a quarter for your tears. Rule number 1 in changing the culture, the very first thing that you got to do is change the mind's eye. Difference between this team and those other Bears teams. We lose to Green Bay. It was like, oh, man, we lost to them again. Well, we got to come to the house. Let's see. Maybe we can hopefully do that. Them dudes was pissed when they lost that last game to Green Bay. And to a person, you can look at their face. They was like, that's all right, but y'all got to still come see us. We about to get y'all. And believe it. Got to change it mentally, because now we'll see what the future holds. I have like a lot of hope for us in the future to get some of that get back against Green Bay going forward. But by the same token, you're not going to have a man in that organization that's going to have the same mind's eye towards Green Bay. Green Bay is just another team we don't like, and we there to crush them.
The bad part about us having some real good success now is that we may start losing coaches. Like Al Harris may become a coordinator somewhere, or, stuff like that, and that's the only thing, and it'll break up a little bit of continuity. But you got to start looking at prospects now that could potentially come in and take over. I don't think Dennis Allen is going nowhere. He's been around too long and hasn't really been successful as a head coach. Who in the hell would take the Raiders job? and he took over the Saints job, and nobody's really looking, not unless your name is Arshell, to be a 3-time head coach, and but and Ben is the offensive coordinator, so you got to get people in there. But he's got some great guys that are around him that have the touches with the players every day. I always talk about Bieniemy. You got Randall, like I said, another Al Harris. You got Dennis Allen. He's got like 3 people that have head coaching experience on his staff. His senior consultant. You got that older guy that can tell you, like, hey, when Ben's telling everybody else shut the F up, there's a guy that's in that locker room that says, hey, Ben.
Yep.
Hey. And that was a guy that I think used to coach with Buffalo. I can't think of his name right now, but he's the senior consultant that he works with the defense. So he's got that guy that everybody needs, because when Ben can get out of pocket, he's there to put Ben back and say, hey, this is what we need to be doing. So
good point, Quay. Hey, one thing I want to do a shout out was to next man up philosophy. The Bears have had a lot of injuries, soft tissue, not sending who they thought their starters were going to be out for the entire year. But you get somebody like Jade Walker, you get that young man a chance. He was a kind of a big player for the preseason with the Bears this year. He comes in against Green Bay, and he's the guy that they trust enough to throw that ball to. And he did the most important thing you can do as a wide receiver: catch the ball. Same thing with DJ Moore. DJ Moore, they might not, they didn't actually call it, but that was pass interference by Nixon. The guy had, great, he face masked him, jumped on his back, and DJ Moore still caught the ball. Had he not caught the ball, I'm not sure the referees were going to actually make that call. So it's always good to do that. Lastly, Nashawn Wright, he's the next man up that they actually got. This guy's a legitimate defensive MVP candidate for the NFL. Who would have thought that was going to happen? So that's what we got.
Hey, you gotta mention that play to Zade Walker was 4th and 4.
Yeah,
throw the ball to him, and I was kind of upset that he didn't make the team, like flat out 53, because he put so much work in the preseason. I'm like, what's going on? Like, how did this guy not make the 53? But they put him on the practice squad. He's there every day. And as you can see in the post-game locker room thing, and they love him. You know what I'm saying? And it was like 4th and 4, you throw the ball to the guy who's on your practice squad. Hey, that's what we got.
I think the K has got pictures of somebody, man, or something. Because that dude with his he got Pee Wee League hands, don't he? When you're coaching the Pee Wee League,
man,
Dave Bernard, your receivers would drop 40% of the doggone passes. I think that's who that dude is.
His new nickname is Squirt.
Wow.
One thing I will tell you real quick, what I want to say is I to give a shout out to Caleb Williams, because they were talking about the players making a play. He made it all about our guy. He said, you know what? That's my dude. That's my guy. When he didn't have a place, I had him at my house. All the stuff that he does, when you have a leader that basically makes everything about the team and not about himself, man, it makes it so much easier for you to come to work and play hard for that dude, man.
Yeah, hey, I want to acknowledge Victor Goodwin. Great point. That was a very exciting game. Actually, there's a few more comments, and we can kind of get into the analysis of the game. He mentioned that flag. I don't know what the other person's saying. Hey, but anyway, man, in this game, Zacchaeus did drop some. He dropped the pass, and I'm starting to think Jade Walker is going to be moved up on the depth chart on him. It's as the weather has went from warm to cold. Zacchaeus performance have went from hot to cold as well, because he started out, he was really the reliable guy that you could hit the little 3 or 4 yards in the flat, etc. But you have to let the best players play, and that guy got great hands. He made a terrific catch and a clutch moment, man, because those there's a lot of players that drop plays. Matter of fact, we had a play some years ago when we was playing New Orleans, and a ball went into our I can't remember the guy's hand. Wide open.
Williams. That was Williams. The one that stole on CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, Williams, yeah.
Yeah, that's Williams.
Yeah, Williams. Yep. Hit him right in the hands and he dropped it. So even though guys are wide open, matter of fact, we had Darnell Mooney who dropped a game-winning touchdown twice in the game. Yeah. So those are not easy. So to find a guy that has that character trait, that's what I'm trying to make, that he can make the catch in that moment, he deserves more time than Zacchaeus. And unfortunately, Zacchaeus, you probably going to be riding the pine because that depth chart is deep, man. You got, I mean, even the starters, you got Rome, you got Luther, right? You even you bringing in now this kid. Matter of fact, even what's the other guy's name? Runs the kickoffs. He even made some catches last week on the offense. Duvernay, right? So it's going to be a tough thing, and I think what the Bears, what Green Bay was effective able to do last night, just want to get into some of the analysis of the game. The Bears, they was able to get pressure and make the offense uncomfortable, but unfortunately, we had a lot of drops early in that game that was messing up our momentum. And they were able to possess the ball a very long time because when they went into halftime, they had the ball 20 minutes, and the Bears had the ball. No, they had 19 minutes. I wrote it down like 19 minutes and 12 seconds, and the Bears had it like 10 minutes or something right before half.
Yeah.
But the good thing about it is they only had 6 points.
I'll tell you
so
what,
that means you still in the game at 6, right? Even though they possessed the ball long. What you got, Plank?
The best thing about Ja'Day Walker was not just that he caught the ball, he got both of his feet down too. And that's a lot of times that's the harder thing to do. If we go all the way back to preseason, that dude ended up making a toe tap catch in preseason. I think it was against the Bills that beat the Bills, and he did that crazy run or whatever. This dude is legitimately talented. So I think we need to get an opportunity for this guy to get on the team. Shouts out to Austin Booker. That first sack that he got against Jordan Love, they called unnecessary roughness, which was questionable at best, talking about because he landed on top of the quarterback. And I was like, man, that's ridiculous. That second one against Love, he made sure he got his money's worth for that, though, didn't he?
Hey.
NFL gonna be calling him, talking about he's about $100,000 lighter. But I'm like, hey, he should start a GoFundMe or whatever. I'll give him $20 on it, man. I ain't got no problem.
Hey, his squad gonna pass the hat. His squad gonna pass the hat on that one. Because that was. Look, let me tell you something, man. This boy Walker, he's 6'3", 206, like 4.4 speed. His catch radius is bananas. So if he catch a ball like that, you can imagine the type of deviation that you could have on the throw at him to kind of avoid defenders because of his catch radius. And every time you call this dude, he didn't complain about, like I said, didn't complain about not getting the time or nothing. He made sure he was ready, and boy. Oh, but something else that Vic was talking about, Swift hustles all day, every day, Saturday. Man, the fourth quarter, 6 yards, 8 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards. Those little bitty pieces, man, them little bitty things that everybody does. It's like it may not be stuff that's totally phenomenal, but just the conjunction of all the pieces and everybody's numbers getting called, it's like those particular plays, bread and butter plays, money plays that they're making and put us in this position, man. That's amazing, man.
Hey, when did Swift start bullying people?
Yeah, I know.
He ran like he was possessed last night, man.
Why you got my cornbread? Give me my cornbread.
He's like, I need an extra 4-5 yards every time. He one of them dudes that like had a cigarette lighter up under his shirt, like sticking it to people when they tried to tackle him. He was running some people over, man. And I was like, man, and we used to Monange hitting people like that. I think he ran one 15 yards. Then he also got a pass reception for 34 yards. So the way that you win in the playoffs is you need 3 things in today's NFL. 1, you need a difference-making quarterback. 2, you need a running game. And 3, you need an optimistic defense. You don't need 85 Bears, but you need a defense that can stop plays in the red zone and get some turnovers. Why not us? We built just as well, probably better than a whole lot of teams.
Yeah.
Quick called it early in the season about Eric Bieniemy, and I have to just point that out. That has been the difference in Swift running. This is the best season Swift has probably had his whole career.
Yep.
And it's going to be the best stat-wise as well. But the reason it's the best is because he is running with authority. And he's to me, I can't stress this enough, how he's reading his blocks better, and he's more, to me, it's an art in running the ball. The sooner you can get your body squared up to the line, the harder you make yourself to tackle. If you're running in angles, it's easy for a person to hit one leg and take you down. But when you have your body squared, you're ready for more. You have better contact balance, and he has learned a lot of contact balance. So, quick call that early on about giving Eric Bieniemy his props and being here, because that have made a difference. Because even with the two backs as individuals, they only had one. Swift had 58 yards. Monangai had 50. So as a unit, they had 108. But it's still substantial. You rush for 100 yards, but you didn't have the ball much. They had the ball about 38 minutes, and I think we had it about 26 or something. My screen closed on me. But that makes a difference. And I think that's why the Bears was kind of slow on offense a little bit too, because hell, they probably took them until almost halftime before they even got through the scripted plays, because they just didn't have the ball.
You're right. If you think about it, in the fourth quarter, the Bears were down. Caleb Williams on second down threw a strike to Zacchaeus, hit him in the chest, dropped the ball. From there, Caleb said, you know what, I'm going to take this on myself. So he ran the next play, and he ended up coming up a half a yard short or whatever. So now it's fourth down. He said, you know what, I'm still running it myself. So Caleb Williams lost confidence in Zacchaeus, which, he didn't already held that confidence way longer than I would. And he took over the game himself from that point in the fourth quarter and brought us on. So people need to get up off him and get on this bandwagon.
That's the point about 2018. That's a valid point. I think I would like to point out about that time frame to now. There's very few players, unless they were rookies, that will probably be effective players on your team 7 years later, right? Because that's NFL not for long, right?
Attrition,
yeah. That's why I do, when Quick said trust the process, about when polls start making changes, it was necessary to make those changes, because when is your team in a championship window? If it's not in the championship window, sometimes you're overpaying vets just for them to get their personal stats and be fans' favorites, but you're not going to win anything. Right. They're not going to be around sometime when you win. So I'm
Brandon Marshall.
Correct. So at some point, you have to look at is that a championship team? And if you look at this team, we cannot dismiss this. This team may be in the Super Bowl.
It's possible.
It's possible this team could be in the Super Bowl. Who's playing better football in the NFC than them right now? Rams just lost the other day.
They fired their special teams coach.
Right. They lost to a team that had 3 turnovers to them.
Well, Sam Darnell has to throw you the ball, man. You already know that.
Yeah, he has to throw it, yeah.
So,
right.
As a quarterback, he always throws the ball to the other team, especially in December and playoff time. So, I don't think they're a bigger threat. I'm more worried about L.A. That's the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Right. But I was making a point that Sam Darnold threw it to them 3 times.
Yeah, he did.
They were up by about 14, I think, going into the fourth quarter. And they still lost to Seattle. So the Rams, as much as they look like the scary team, they lost to a team that turned the ball, right? You up on a turnover, right? You plus on a turnover, and you up by 14 points, and you still lose. So I'm saying the Bears are more hotter than them right now. The Bears are the scariest team.
Seattle has gotten some breaks too, though. Seattle's won 2 games the past 2 weeks. on some breaks too, because they
Yep.
beat the Colts in the field goal shootout the week before. And they should have lost that game, and they should have lost to the Rams. But
Yeah.
hey, clock you left too much time, as Caleb would say.
Hey, but you know what? Here's the thing. Victor says Swift's numbers is not going to be that great because he didn't get the ball that much. But in the future, he's going to be fantastic because the coaches now see what he can do. Well, what it is though, man, it's by committee. It's like nobody's jealous of the other guy getting yards. If Manung guy is hot and he keep feeding the ball, you're not going to hear Swift complain. But when Swift gets the ball, he's going to do his thing. We fortunately had Swift carriers for the most part until we actually implemented Manung guy. So are these guys competitive and want to do great? Yeah, but I'd be more than willing to bet you that if you ask Swift, would you rather have 100 yards a game or would you like to be playing for a chip? He was like, y'all can have the yards and give them to somebody else. That's what I love about this team, man. They're not thinking about it. And the one guy who you would think that's really suffering the most with numbers is Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is like the biggest cheerleader that they got. You'll never see him mad about not getting nothing, but that puts guys in the playoffs and helps them to go. When you happy for a dude as opposed to just being mad you ain't getting your stats, let's eat.
Yeah. Okay, I want to mention about, I'm sorry, real quick, and I come to you quick, is this is going to be his best year if he just have average yards. The highest amount of yards that Swift rushed for in his career was with Philly, which was 1,049 yards. Currently, right now, Swift has 993 yards. He's roughly, 64 yards, somewhere up in there, over his career best. So if he just got 50 yards the next two games, he's going to have his best career stats this year ever. And the previous to that, other than the other years, he never even came close to 1,000 yards other than that 1 year in Philly. And this is with him sharing the load with a guy. What you got, quick?
Well, I had to disagree with Victor a little bit because he said that they'll know what he can do. He actually played for Ben Johnson already in Detroit, so Ben knows what he can do.
Right.
And Ben Johnson always has used a two-back by running by committee theory because he's what's that, Gibbs and Montgomery now in Detroit when Swift left, but it's not that. He's putting them in a better position. The guys previously didn't know how to use them. Mm-hmm. And going back to what Guy said about guys being cheerleaders, if you go back and watch that video after that throw that Caleb made, one of the first people out there is Case Keenum.
Yep.
With the baseball hat on. Yep. And shout out to him because his job has been to get Caleb ready for games. And I mean, he's out there like they just won the Super Bowl. If you go back and watch, the guy with the baseball hat is Case Keenum, and he is out there like one of the first people, third string quarterback. No, he's probably never getting in. His job is to teach Caleb how to be an NFL quarterback, and he's done a great job.
Quick, just to talk about that, you're absolutely correct because in the second quarter, the Bears ended up not completing drive, and you can see that Caleb Williams was visibly angry about it. And he's, you can see it on his face, and he's upset, and he's angry, and he goes to the sidelines. The next thing you know, the next time he comes out, he's calm again. Case Keenum does a great job getting in Caleb Williams' ear, saying, hey, man, you good. You're going to lead us to victory. And you've been seeing that throughout the entire season. That's the difference between having a vet who knows his position and ain't trying to compete with you, that's just trying to, get in your ear and make you a lot better. So I think that makes all the difference. Good point.
Yeah, he said they live right by each other. So he said Caleb comes over his house almost every day to visit, to either watch film, talk football, etc. And you're right, Plank, he's constantly in his ear. And that's needed, man, because we forget, man, these guys are young guys. I mean, Caleb was 24 years old or something like that. Yep. So these are some young guys, man. And I think the play you're talking about, Plank, that he was upset. It was the intentional grounding. But I think on that play, he had called a hot route for Zacchaeus, and he thought Zacchaeus was going to be in the flat. So even if he had thrown it away over there, right, even if it hadn't got to him, he would have been in that zone. Zacchaeus actually on a play where they have two men blitzing from his side, he's running a go route. He's running a go route, and your quarterback throwing it to, I believe, what he thought you was going to least turn around in a hot route, and even if he overthrew you, it wouldn't have been intentional ground. I think that's what he was pissed off about. But you know what? As a quarterback, it's okay, right? Because this is as leadership birth where you let guys know, hey, man, that ain't what you were supposed to do, right? That's the leadership of it. That's also the evolution of Caleb Williams that we're seeing this year. And like I said, I just want to get to a few things in the game that I thought that, kind of affected the outcome of this game. So I thought, going down in this game only being, what was it, 63 at half? So I'm trying to remember because, man, there was so much excitement happened after that. Santos, look, I apologize. Santos, I apologize. I've been kicking your butt all year. You have been clutch the last 3 games. You have came through. Man, I thought when that swirling wind, man, look, he went up there to go kick that ball, man. It looked like the wind just
he made it easy.
Blowing. But you know what? I thought what they did was smart. I know Tom Brady said, because it was right before halftime, said it taken a little bit too long. No, this was right before the 2-minute warning. He said it taken too long to kick the ball. But what was smart on what they did, they waited out the wind some because the wind was blowing so hard when he first initially went up there. They waited out the wind a little bit. So when he did kick the ball, even though it was still blowing hard, it wasn't blowing as forceful because when he first went out there, man, it was cups blowing across there. The flag was going full tilt. So I apologize, Santos, for you deserve what I was saying, but I'm just apologizing.
I got to give, you know what I got to do too? I got to give, man, a guy who doesn't get his roses, he just comes out every time and does this thing, is Torrey Taylor. That ball he kicked to the 8-yard line just dropped and died, man. It just rolled out, and I'm just like, wow. You don't really realize how important it is to have a guy who can kick a ball in bounds like that and do that with a ball, what it does for your defense, man. It takes so much off you. So imagine y'all out here going back and forth. Now you got to kick the ball off, and this dude kicked the ball 5,000 yards and land on the 8-yard line. The defense is amped coming out there because all they thinking about now is, hey, let's get an interception, let's get a safety, let's keep these guys, and we'll do what we need to do. We getting the ball right back. Let's see. DJ mentioned that they had seen the look they got on film and it worked on it all week in practice. He literally put his hand back in his hand warmer before the ball was caught, playing like a shorty for the money. That's a good one, Fred. That's a good one, man. I like it.
Thanks, Fred Rudolph. Hey, man, great point, man. The other things I think I saw in this game, Plank, and I want to ask you, did you see a difference in DeMarco Jackson not playing last night?
I did. I wish he was out there because DeMarco Jackson, one of the things that he brought to the Bears is he tackles people. He's a sure tackler. We had our regular tacklers, regular linebackers back, and I thought TJ didn't do quite as well yesterday. He was overrunning plays, things like that. DeMarco Jackson, he's got a little flair and everything. Although it did actually hurt us on the initial kickoff when he jumped on top of the I'm like, dude, you're trying to tackle 15 people.
He was making sure.
And couldn't figure out why they wouldn't stop it. So I think the Bears, a lot of the next man up and a lot of the other guys that they've got out there on the team, because they had that previous relationship with the coaches or the GM, I think that's making all the difference in the Bears. And, they're accountable to each other. So I definitely think if we going forward, I'd like to see DeMarco Jackson out there with defense because if nothing else, I know he's going to tackle somebody.
Yeah, quick question. I know you defensive guy. Did you see any fall off in the tackling last night or in just some of the games that's been going on this year?
Well, I think last night there was a little bit of excitement going on, and it was like it could be to whereas I gotta get this guy. I gotta get this guy instead of breaking down and trying to get a tackle. That was a heck of a tackle by TJ on that. I think it was the third down play in overtime. And I mean, he ain't no small dude either. I mean, who was that? That was the running back. He like stood up and flipped back over. There was we've had so many different personnel on defense throughout the whole season. That's why when people are making excuses talking about, oh, they knocked our quarterback out, we was playing without this. I was like, man, we've been playing without people all year. And like you said, it was next man up. But it could be because of the continuity of the guys that's on the field. We did miss a couple penalties. One of the other things too that really hurt us last night in some aspect was penalties. Penalized like it was going out of style, and that's excitement.
Yeah, that you know what? Here's another thing Victor was talking about too about the refs. We've been talking about this, and we talked about it somewhat extensively a few shows ago, where the Bears have been so bad, a ref can kind of sort of miss on a play, but he'll automatically assume it was the Bears because they played so bad. Now you're starting to see that cohesiveness. Those guys are starting to play, and those little bitty ones that we talked about, them little tweener plays, we starting to get them. Now the stupid stuff, like for example, maybe we could just put some spikes through Darnell Wright's spikes, man, and just have him just stand like this. Because that dude, man, it's like almost every game he's getting a penalty, man. That's a brain fart right there. I can understand sometimes, but it seems like almost maybe the last, I'd have to go back and look at it. It seemed like maybe the last 4 or 5 games we've had, he's had one offside penalty or holding penalty.
I'll trade his penalties for them pancakes he giving out.
Yeah, you know what? And I thought Tom Brady, I had to go back to what Tom Brady said, Plank, and that was a good acknowledgement that you did early about him giving us information. He actually gave a great point that when Darnell Wright had that false start, that sometimes the quarterback, because he's caught an alert late, he may have to change his inflection when he go kill, can. That the offensive line actually think he's calling the cadence to call the play because now it's so late in the clock. So I thought that was a good acknowledgement by Tom that said, he like, okay, take it easy, slow down, guys. Right, I'm about to can this play, right, or something, right, to make sure.
That reminds me of when I was coaching. If you get upset when you're telling your players how to play, they're gonna be upset. So as a coach, one of the things you have to realize is, let me change my diction, let me change my perspective, let me change my demeanor before I say X to this guy. So as soon as Caleb was like, kill, Darnell is already like, man, I'm ready to smash somebody. So it's off a little bit, but you know what? I take a penalty for him every game if he gonna be giving out them pancakes like he been giving, man. That dude is a legitimate all-pro this year.
Yeah, I agree.
So you saying that Caleb baited him?
But he's a master at it.
Yeah, master at baiting, huh? Okay. All right. So you're saying that Caleb baited him?
No, this guy's being into. I did think they was going. We talk about penalties. They did get themselves in quite a few penalties last night. Like one right at the beginning of the game. I did see that DJ one. I could see that just. I thought they was gonna call it because even when I saw it, I was like, man, he hasn't really got set. But that's one of those things too that I put that on the quarterback, right? I know you hurrying, but you got to make sure your guys are set because I think it was a play where he ran a long distance, and I could kind of tell, like, man, he doesn't look set. But that's learning curve and stuff like that. That's nothing negative to say about him. But I want to point out also that the Bears defense, even though they was getting up a lot of yards, they were able to get stops in the red zone, and they were able to get 2 sacks. And it's funny because both sacks were by one was by Booker. Who was the second one by? I can't remember who the second one, but they got him down for 2 sacks. But he actually
what?
Who was that?
Sweat.
Oh, Sweat.
Yeah, that's what
They
I
gave Booker half a sack. They gave Edwards a half a sack, and they gave Sweat a full sack.
Which is right. That's one of the Achilles' heel of this team is actually being able to get the quarterback down. And I think Booker actually brings that chasing speed that you need. And no, we don't want a player to get hurt. It looked like to me that was just one of those bang bang plays. He was able to get the rush, and Jordan Love was kind of like about to go down, right? Kind of like he was about to surrender. You don't know when you break through like that the guy's about to try to surrender. So unfortunately, he got hit in the helmet to helmet. He wasn't able to play the rest of the game. But you know what? They was kind of falling in that game, man. Josh Jacobs went out that game, never came back in.
He was hurt.
But you know what? That all becomes part of how team you become tougher to them. Because when players start seeing players go out and they're getting hit, man, some guys stop and like, man, they out there hitting, man. You know, they're not out here playing. That's not what the Bears normally do when we face them. The only complaint I have offensively is I've had this complaint every game. And I hate to sound like a sour person doing a victory because there's only one point I have to make. Ben Johnson got to stop being cute on 1 yard. I've been saying this since the first game of the season. It's just those 1 yard plays. Yeah. Even if you go back to the Packers lost 2 weeks ago, that play was 4th and 1 where they threw that interception.
Right.
I just keep saying that when it's 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 1, just do the simple thing. That play, what I believe was going to happen, which I don't know, it's a real complicated play what they was doing. They actually bring Komet under center for 4th and 1, and you having a center snap it under his legs, and he's trying to snap it to a guy that's 7 yards back while he's trying to snap it under another guy's leg because you're trying to fool the defense when you only got 1 yard to get. And he's snapping it to a 5'7", 5'8" guy that he probably can't even see his hands because there's a guy right behind him. I think what was going to happen in that play is Cal Monongai played quarterback in high school. He actually played Caleb Williams when they were in high school, and he was playing quarterback. I think they was going to try to throw the ball to Caleb, or they was going to try to throw it to, I think it was Theo Bender that had came in. I think that's what they was trying to execute on that play. You don't have to do that for 1 yard. Yeah, you mean you was like
that's the choo-choo play.
I got mad because they had a 3rd and 1 at one point, and they hand the ball to Monongai. He gets 7 yards. I'm like, what? Like, why are we even making up these plays in the dirt for 1 yard? I mean, man.
Well, they had to call that, Victor. They had to call that call because it was helmet to helmet, even if it was unintentional for Booker. They had to call it. I mean, it's one of them ones where players on the other team are going to get mad, but when they by themselves and sit down, they're like, oh, I'd have done that before too. I just didn't get caught. But on another play, I'm going to call that play the choo-choo play because all of a sudden, Komet run, he stopped. I'm like, wait, what is he doing with dude? But just like we say, those type of plays that drive you nuts, they horrible when they don't work. They great. It was this one play where I want to say Ed Reed got an interception, and Belichick's like, stay down. No, don't stay. Go. When it starts working, but yeah, you're right, though. I mean, if you're going to try that play, not on the 4th and 1. But that's the choo-choo play, man, because when he's still, first of all, when I saw him, like, wait, what is he doing? And then the ball came out. I was like, uh-oh, choo-choo. They were running the train play.
No, man.
That's a different play, man. We ain't talking about that, man.
It's like you get Caboose's cars lined up. It's a train, right? It's a convoy. The truck's a convoy. But,
hey, that play normally works. I haven't seen one of those that haven't worked yet.
You know what? I also want to mention watching that game. I think what we said also, man, is Loveland is a stud, man. Loveland is a stud, man. And you know what? And I know Komet numbers are not going to reflect it this year, but I'm proud of him. The last 2 games, he's caught the ball standing up. He didn't fall on the ground catching it. He didn't jump for no reason. He's actually made the guy have to tackle him. I mean, that's the only complaints I've had about Komet over the years. I'm like, why did he jump for that ball? He's like right there and he's jumping, right? Right. So, and then also is, man, Monangai was very effective in the 3 catches that he had last night. That which is important, right? Because they'll, believe it or not, guys his height, it's hard for quarterbacks to hit them because that's an unusual height. They used to throwing to guys at least 5'10" and up. And when you start getting those guys that's in the flat, that's 5'8", those guys are hard to throw to. I know people
need that piece.
It's hard to throw to those guys, man. And I'm 5'7" myself, but it's hard to throw to shorter guys in the NFL because it's kind of unusual. So the quarterbacks almost has to throw down at them, right? And if somebody's in front of them, they have to throw over a guy to try to make it drop down for a shorter guy to get. And but anyway, I thought Monangai, man, he had an excellent play where he caught it screen play. And man, the blocking was out there pancake and he ran well. DJ Moore had an excellent night. 7 receptions, I believe. No, 7 targets. I can't remember how many receptions.
Let me take a second.
Or maybe it was 9 targets, 7 receptions, 97 yards. DJ.
Yeah, he had 7 targets, 5 receptions, 97 yards. A touchdown. His long was at 46. Monangai had 43 yards with 3 catches. Everybody that touched the ball, well, Swift had 5 and Komet had 7, but everybody else, Walker, Loveland, Zacchaeus, even Zacchaeus had 2 catches for 16 for 33 yards. So, yeah, it was a pretty nice little display of passing the ball, spreading the wealth, man.
Yeah.
But I bet you Loveland, I can imagine a locker room with Loveland and Zacchaeus. You know how the vets come up to the rookies, they walk up and say, hey, Loveland, go get Ozzie and tell him to get my bags. They ain't messing with them two. Him and Zacchaeus, they like, we ain't gonna rookie haze these dudes. These dudes get too many yards for us. We need to keep them happy.
And you know what? A lot of majority of the guys in that draft class have been contributing.
They have.
Yeah. So I mean, the previous draft. So I mean, these drafts have been actually wins.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see what we do for the upcoming season draft-wise. I mean, I think we focus more on defense.
Quick, Velvet Jones still available, man.
And we started winning when that dude got out of here too.
He's doing digital marketing now. How to be that Velvet Jones book. He probably got $1 million off of it. He ain't trying to play football no more.
Yeah, the name of it is How Not to Be an NFL Player.
And smack your own players in the head or something like that or whatever.
He's a subject matter expert on that.
Yeah.
You giving grades today, Bernard?
Huh?
We giving grades?
Oh yeah. You know what? I mean, I wish Jay had made it because Jay had a couple of footages that he shot from the fans' view that was amazing, and I wasn't able to pull it in. But I want to run one video, then I want to run that last play before we get grades, because that last play was just so incredible. But let me bring this up and let's run that video.
Let's hit the E-way and flood the beaches, just let me float. Get some baddies in this LA traffic, yeah, just let me know. Get some stallions that wear medallions, just drop it low. Can't imagine all that shit that happens when I lose control, no hesitation. Wonder, yeah, the crowd been going wild, swear this music takes me back to 2010. Wonder, you've been silent all summer, made me wonder if it's something that I did. Wonder, threw a party with a Barbie, but she tried to treat me like I'm just a kid. Wonder, don't nobody know your body like somebody that's been away this afternoon.
DJ Moore on the full field post. Off play action. Nixon, an absolutely 10 out of 10 A+ throw. For Caleb Williams, he knew it when he let it go. That ball's in the air a long time. He's thinking, go get it, DJ. Go track it down, big guy. The throw of Caleb Williams' life. The catch of DJ Moore's life. What a scene. one of the most improbable wins in regular season history. A walk-off for the Bears and Tom Rinaldi.
Bears child molestation. Somebody on one play.
Your boy should have just got up and just put his hands behind his back, man. That's assault.
Hey, that music was by Luke Scott, my son, who does the intro rap that you hear at the beginning. Hey, I've left the information by now how to get his music. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button to Bears Banter, internal notification button, so you can always get notification we drop new material. Hey, I call that Caleb move right there. It just, I'm too cold. I'm too cold. Hey, let's get to some grades in this game. Who want to start it off by grading the offense?
That's easy. Quick gonna start off. No, I'll start off. I don't care. Offense, well, we came through at the end of the game. The running game was actually doing pretty well. I think what held the offense back most was the coaching. Sometimes Ben Johnson gets a little cute and he ends up having to be saved. But at the end of the day, I gave the offense an A because we won the game, 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and the overtime. That's all I need. So I'm excited about that.
Okay. Hey, what about you? Who got a grade for the offense? Let me take the A off. What you got, Quick? You still thinking?
Even though we won the game and we were missing some starters, I got to give them a B. And the reason why is because we only played the last 4 minutes of the game at overtime.
Yeah.
It's still 3 quarters. And the B is because I didn't want to give them a C because we beat the Packers.
Yeah.
Right. We only played, and some of that is due to them not having the ball as much, but some of that is due to them not having the ball as much in long, substantial drives and things of that nature. So I gotta give them a B.
Okay, you give them a B. Hey, I'm gonna give them a B as well. When you actually get the matrix and how much time that the Green Bay had versus the Bears had, but when you look at some of the other matrix, they had almost about the same amount of first down conversions. They had 24 first downs. We had 20. And if you look at on fourth down efficiency, they was 1 of 3. We were 2 of 3. So it was a little bit more efficient. We wasn't efficient on third down conversion. Rush yards, they actually had we 192, us 150. We actually only hit the ball 26 minutes. So I still give them a B, but that was good production based off how limited amount of time that they had the ball.
Okay. Yeah. That was 50% in the red zone. So I'll take it. I gotta give them a B, man. And it's kind of on a sliding scale because they should have scored more, but by the same token, man, I mean, we can't complain about that because they won the game and then it was against Green Bay Packers, man. I could never give them lower than a B when we beat them.
Okay. Let's go to defense.
You want me to go first or you going first? Don't matter to me.
Man, defense, I'll go first. This is tricky because this is going to come down to they still only gave up 16 points. They gave up a lot of yards. They did get turnovers in the red zone, and they stopped them converting. The 1 touchdown they got was outside the red zone. I think it was like a 30-yard throw or something like that. It does hurt your team when you can't get 3 and outs. I will say that, and your team not possessing it. But with that said, I'm gonna get a defense a B.
Okay, I'll go. 5 stops within the red zone. They came away with field goals instead of touchdowns. Very difficult game playing against your number 1 rivals. That has emotions going up, and you actually were missing a couple of defensive starters still. We had CJ, CJ, what's his face, ended up losing as well. Not finished the game. I gave the defense an A, and they got a fumble at the end of the game. So that's what I'm going with. Next, let's go. Let's talk about
You want to go quick?
Like, we already knew you was gonna get him an A. Like, what? I don't even know why we asked you. Like, what?
Honestly, at least it's predictable. Okay.
The same guy that used to pick the Bears by 2 last year every game. Right. Oddly enough, I gotta agree with Plank's ass on this, and I'm upset. I gotta give him an A for all the reasons he said. Damn. Wow, I gotta get my life in order. I'm going to church, man.
Well, you're already in the car, so Macedonia probably not too far away.
Right.
I gotta give my A.
He baited me. He's a master. Never mind. All right.
Oh yeah, I definitely gotta give an A because first of all, you give up 1 touchdown. You hold them. You keep them 0-5 in the red zone. You get those crucial fumbles. You knock out the quarterback, and you beat Green Bay. But think about it. They only gave us 16 points, despite of the 10 penalties. I got to give them an A.
Okay. Hey, let's move to special teams and get them an A.
Any reasoning? Okay, I can go.
No, they did their job, man. That's the hard conditions to punt in, hard conditions to kick field goals in. And Santos kicked, what, a 51-yard field goal?
What's fair is fair.
I mean, I can't complain about that.
All right. It looks like I got all of the guys on the team coming around in my way of thinking. I like that, man. The psychology of it all. I tell you what, special teams definitely get an A. Cairo Santos, 4 field goals in those conditions, man, against the win or whatever. We needed every one of them. We're talking about Josh Blackwell, once again, recovered a fumble on an onside kick where they're talking about we got 8% chance of getting it. But guess what? We got it, as well as Torrey Taylor. That dude had 2 punts. One, he ended up having inside the 5, and the other one inside the 8. Gave them a much longer field to go through. And more important than anything, each part of the Bears squad was complimentary. So defense complemented the offense, complemented the special teams. That's why it's A's to everybody. So I'm giving a special team an A+. Let's go.
Okay, A+. Okay, did you get it great?
I do. Yeah, I gotta give him A+ too, because you know what? What's fair is fair. Because we dropped some grades because Santos at times didn't do so good. Santos got us a W, so he's gonna figure well into it. And like I said, Torrey Taylor is that guy, man. I don't know where they got some money or find some money, man. If his contract is coming up, you got to get that because it's hard enough to kick a ball in the NFL, punt a ball in the NFL, but the punt a ball, like his punts, they'll die. They'll either die and they don't just go head over, they just like bounce. And when you do that, and if you look at the bench of the defense, when they look at the ball, they're like, it's going, it's bouncing. Damn. A+.
A+. All
right. I feel better now because I don't have to agree with them. I'm just giving them a regular ass 8. So just because I don't want to agree with them, just a straight 8. That's good enough. That's good enough. You don't need no extra credit. You get an A. Be consistent. Last week you had to get dinged and you needed to rebound. So you get an A. All right. So you feel good about yourself. And it depends on how fine their mom is on if they get an A+. All right.
That's important, man. You know.
Yeah.
Also, like the point out when we talk about them kicking in those conditions, this is what made that throw so incredible. Yeah. Both those throws that were touchdown, because Caleb threw, he was arrested at 46 yards, but it's over like 50-some yards that he threw that ball in those same conditions.
That's why tight spiral is important, man. You see, like, I'm trying to remember who was that threw this interception. I'm trying to remember what game it was. Got through the ball, and the ball was doing this, and then the wind kind of takes it over. If you got a tighter spiral, it's less of a possibility for it to deviate as much. But when he threw that last ball, that ball was like, it was like nothing. That's hard, man.
Hey, one of the most important stats that I saw between the game and this morning was Christian Jones saying I was wrong on Bears. He was like, I was wrong about CW. Oh my God. Wow.
Did you capture that on digital so we can actually send that to everybody?
I got it on screenshot. I'm gonna put it up. I got it on screenshot.
I answered immediately. I said, are you impressed?
Christian off the ledge every game.
Yeah.
I talk about the ledge every game. Man, you know what? I know we about to close, man. I know we go a little long because it's the Packers week. And you know, we go game. I gotta say this, man. Caleb is that dude, man. I don't know how much else. What else do you need to see? Look, man, I know he completed 55% of his passes, and there was a couple of drops, whatever that is, and they have adjusted completion percentage or whatever that is, maybe. Look, we just watched Malik Willis complete 81% of his passes, and they lost. That shows how that to me is one. If your quarterback, that completion only matters if your quarterback is turning it over. If he's inaccurate and turning it over, it does make a difference if his accuracy is turnovers. And also, if your quarterback, how you overcome that is a playmaker quarterback. If you look at some of the greatest long throw, quarterbacks that can make deep throws or playmaking the game changes, a lot of their completion percentages were under 60 because they're taking more riskier throws, man. And for those who don't understand that, I mean, I don't know what else you can see because you know what? Like Quicks would say, I'm telling you, man, the Bears will be winning the Super Bowl. And it'll be some fool that'll still be saying, man, if Bajan was in there or Fields was in there, we'd have won a little better, right? You could win a Super Bowl, but you would have won better with them in it. I mean, they just will not admit that Caleb Williams is the future. And there are kids right now in college or high school who are looking at film of him, and they're emulating him like he was imitating Aaron Rodgers.
Boo. Okay.
Because he's that next generation of guys. I'm sorry, I meant to say imitate. He's that next generation of guys that people are going to imitate, right? They're going to want to be like Caleb Williams, man. And it's good to know that Chicago has a quarterback that when you see ESPN tomorrow, the talk is going to be Caleb Williams in a positive tone.
It's going to be, Well, you know what? Here's an interesting thing, and that's something I talked about offline. Don't think some of the stuff that he does goes unnoticed to the defense. When we're talking about that one time he hit the shotgun, it came and blitzed him without looking. He hit your guy through that sidearm, and he ran it 20 yards. Don't think the defense is like, dang, he got that in his bag too. I mean, that dude, man, and I'm telling you, when you made a correct assessment, you talk about deep balls, why their percentages are lower. Somebody will say Drew Brees. Drew Brees never threw a whole lot of long balls. He had receivers that get him yards after carries. Drew Brees was like between 5 and 9 yards. But them guys like your Fouch, your Marinos, guys like that, they were pretty
stadium too.
Yeah. And throwing through the elements and all that stuff. It's easy for people to give a critique on a quarterback, but you take them same people with your boy Debo and put him 10 yards out and give him a football, and I will guarantee you that they throw the ball 10 times and maybe hit him in the chest once. And that's with no defense and nobody.
Okay. Hey, y'all got anything else before we close out, man? This was a great victory.
Hey, thanks for the comments, Vic, and everybody else, and the bros. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it, Fred from Bradley, Zai. Appreciate you coming out. Thank you for the interaction. I appreciate it.
I appreciate all you guys, but I cannot go this day without wishing my lovely and beautiful sister AJ a happy birthday. A lot of you guys, she had a medical situation. She had a medical situation a few months ago, and the funny part about it is, one, she's 100% fine now, but number two, when you have someone come in an ambulance to pick you up and you're standing there looking for her, it's like, well, where can we find her? She's like, oh, that's me, and walks in the ambulance. That's a plus. She gets in, she does her thing, she's back to normal. Talk to her. Babe, I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Girl.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you. Okay.
It's your freaking birthday.
Hey, so everybody out there, make sure you check on your seniors to make sure they're staying warm. This that season where help somebody out. If there's a person that's in need of some food, maybe you can go to to maybe help them get some food. Maybe give a homeless person a blanket. Whatever you can do, because this is kind of like weather, and weather is not nice in Chicago. So let's all play our part in whatever way we can to make life better for those as we kind of go through this weather. Because we was talking about those guys last night playing the sport in the tough weather, but we got people who actually live in that weather, and with this time of season, if you can help them, do your best, right?
Hey,
So
also important, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
All right. Christmas. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, I said we was gonna come on this game show singing Bear Down Chicago Bears. They were. Then somebody said Jay had to take his shirt off. Jay, did Jay do it?
Let her best. Let him
Good and better best.
and Jay in shape too, so he get away with it, man. I ain't showing.
Hey, round is shape, man. Forget you.
Yeah, round is shape.
Yeah, I'm brown and I'm round.
All right. Until next time, peace.